नमस्श्री यतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे. You might be wondering, what is this strange title? The never-ending cinema. But this is a philosophy class, you all know. You may find the title very simple and easy, but the subject is very deep, for sure. In fact, we're all in a cinema hall. The whole world is cinema. We're all the audience, viewers. When you watch a movie, you'll have different aspects. In every movie you find some tragedy, some comedy, some suspense, some romance, right? Some thriller, everything will be there. All these components will be there. When tragedy comes, you won't be able to watch it for long, but it should be there. The cinema to become complete, it should be there and it will be there. Every director actually adds that, puts it. And sometimes when we are not happy with the tragedy, you can walk out of the cinema hall. But we don't do that, because next it could be interesting. Once this tragedy is over, the other aspect of cinema may be, the climax will come after tragedy probably, so you want to wait for it. In a similar way, this world also, when we have suffering in life, the tragedy aspect of the cinema is going on. You can walk out of the cinema hall, in the sense, you can seek nirvana, you can seek mukti, but still there is hope, this glimmer of hope. The next actually it will be, a joyful phase is awaiting. That hope actually makes us bear with this tragedy. If you are totally uncomfortable with the tragedy, then you will seek the end of it once for all. I never want to have this kind of tragic moments in life. Then the question will arise, what is this life? Why tragedy at all? Why these painful moments in life at all? Then you will become a philosopher in course of time. You will understand the nature of bondage, that you are already caught this cycle of bondage, which is life and death. So then you long for the mystery of death. Then you will seek moksha consciously, freedom. And one day you will attain that. Life becomes more meaningful and more beautiful. You see, the picture is only one. The universe is only one. The ultimate artist, the Lord, has drawn only one painting. But the viewers are different. Different people are watching the painting and different people are seeing it in different ways, right? Even a normal painting, a great painter has drawn a painting. You go and watch the painting. Suppose you are already an artist, you are also a painter, you will see it in one way. And somebody, a layman, he doesn't have much understanding about painting and art. He sees it in a different way, right? Similarly, this world, it's one picture. How does a frog see the world? A dog, a cat, a buffalo. No two animals see the same picture. They have their own picture. But similarly, no two individuals, no two human beings see the same picture. And the same individual, as a child we see one world, right? World appears in one way. When you are 10 years old, how did you see the world? As a young man, we see a different world. Middle-aged person, you see one world. When you become old, you see a different world. But the picture is same. Has it changed? The picture is absolutely same. The universe is same. Here the subject is changing. The scene is the same, but the scene is changing. As the subject is changing, the picture appears differently for you, though it is only one picture. Because change is happening here. You don't see the same world. And again, human beings, no two individuals see the same world. Because somebody, businessman, somebody into business, he sees everywhere only business. That is the ultimate thing for him. He will only look for business tycoons, the people who have become successful in business, and they will become his role models, and he will appreciate them. He will try to follow in their footsteps. He will study them, how they have become successful in their field of activity. Somebody is a sports person. He will study and look for other sports persons for inspiration, how they have become successful in their field. You are a politician. You see a different world. All the time you will be talking about staying in power or how to come back to power, how to keep the opposition at bay. What moves you have to make to become successful politically? And you will have your own role models, people who have become successful politicians, actors, they see their own world. So, according to your tendencies and according to the field you have chosen, you see a different world. Everybody sees his or our own world. We have certain propensities, some tendencies, and we project them, and then we see the world. So different people and animals, they see one kind of world, we see one kind of world, but the picture is same. What I want to tell you is, God has drawn only one painting, but it appears differently for different people. So the change is here in the subject. Change is here in the subject, but he has drawn such a wonderful painting. It's not easy to get bored with that. He has drawn such a painting, it can engage you for eternity. That's the beauty of Maya. You just see the world, the number of people who are aspiring for nirvana like Buddha, like Vivekananda. Very small number, is it not? The number is very small. Why? You're still fascinated by the picture. The movie is still attractive to you. Though you have had many tragic moments, you have watched many scenes of tragedy, but still, you are not complete with the picture. You are not complete with the cinema. You want to watch it more. So that's why the cycle continues. Birth and death and birth and death. So, death is only an interval. Death is only an interval. Again, actually, there will be movie after the interval. So again you will be reborn and you will see the same world. According to your tendencies that you have gathered in this life, you will have a body, physical body, maybe animal body or human body. According to that, actually, you will see the picture. Now it continues and continues and continues. How long? There will come a time when you're totally fed up with the picture and you don't want to see the movie anymore. For that, what you need to see, you need to do, you have to stop the projector. What is a projector? Mind is a projector. This mind is actually projecting this universe on the canvas called consciousness. That doesn't change at all. It's always the same. So the projector has to stop. Now you understand actually all this drama is happening from within. And the projector is in the mind. And if you want to stop that movie that is troubling you, you need to stop the projector. And then you turn inward. And that's when actually the spiritual life begins for individuals. That's the beginning. So you just see the world. Everybody thinks that the problem is outside themselves. Suffering is happening. But what is the source of suffering? You attribute it to lack of money, or somebody actually has hurt you, or the situation itself troubles you. If you just observe human beings, they are putting the blame on individuals or circumstances or situations. But if we carefully analyze our lives, it's not the individuals or situations or circumstances, having money or lack of money, or having success or lack of success, that's not troubling us. The trouble comes from the mind. Trouble comes from your response to the situation. Other individuals are there, they may not be responding the same way as you are responding. The situation is same. They are also placed in similar circumstances, but their response is different, and your response is different. So then you will understand what is life and why these experiences, both experiences, painful experiences and pleasurable experiences, joyful moments and miserable moments. So what is the source of all this experience? You will turn inward, mind, and now the projector. Now hereafter your focus will be to study the mind. And slowly you will intuitively understand and sense that if you transcend the mind, if you annihilate the mind, there is a realm beyond which cannot be understood by the mind. There is a realm, there is a state which is far superior to the present state. Yuvai bhuma tatsukam nalpe sukam asti. Bhumatveva sukam, bhumeva sukam, bhumatveva vijijñasitavya. Chandogya Upanishad says. Yuvai bhuma tatsukam, only that which is infinite, there is happiness. In the finite, there is no happiness. In the limited, there is no happiness. Body is a limited entity, mind is a limited entity. There are limitations. Beyond these limitations lies our true being, our infinite nature. You must attain to that realm. So, yuva bhuma tatsukam, nalpe sukam asti. Nothing limited can ever make us completely peaceful and happy forever. Little joys we get, they are incidental to life. Every creature gets, not just human being, and every creature gets. But those joys are limited, little, and temporary. When death comes, you are terribly frightened, right? Death and disease are the limitations intrinsic to life. And if you are a conscious human being, a rational human being, you must think while you are alive, how can I transcend these limitations? These limitations are not only for a poor man, they are the same for everybody, whoever has got an embodiment. The limitations are the same for a rich man, for a powerful man, for a good man, for a bad man. Disease is there, old age is there. Once you come into this world with an embodiment like this, body and the mind, you are already limited. A limitation has been imposed upon you, as it were. We say it is of prarabdha, maya. So you have to struggle to come out of this limitation, which has been imposed upon you. Maybe by your own karma. If it's your own karma, you can undo it. That's the beauty of our philosophy. So you try to undo it. You try to come out of this limitation and seek the infinite. Seek the infinite. Seek nirvana. So this death is only an interval. So when you watch the movie, the interval comes. But you don't come out of the cinema hall because there is a movie after interval. Similarly, death is an interval. Again, you will be reborn and then you will see the same world. More experiences. How long? Till you have decided to put a full stop to the cycle. Enough of this cinema. Enough of this world. Enough of this watching. I don't want to watch it anymore. I want, who is projecting the cinema for me? You stop the projector. The cinema is stopped for you. That is nirvana. Then you are established in yourself. That is your real being. That is your real state. There is no fall thereafter. Esha brahmi stitih partha nainam prapya vimuhyati. Stitvasyam antakalepi brahma nirvana murchati. Thereafter there is no delusion. Stitvasyam antakalepi brahma nirvana murchati. That state, that realm, that vast expanse, that infinite existence. We are all heirs to that. We are all like dethroned kings. We were kings, and now we have lost our kingdom. And we have to regain our kingdom back. We were the infinite. We lost that, as it were, and now we have become the finite. And again we have to regain that infinite nature of ours. So it's a temporary slip, it's a fall, it's a degraded state, but we have to assume that. We have to go back to that, to regain that. It is possible. Jagat-chitram samalikya svecha tulika atmani swayameva samalokya prinati bhagavan shivaha, says Tantra. Jagat-chitram samalikya. God has drawn this painting, Jagat-chitra, this Jagat. Where did he draw the painting? From where he brought the canvas? From where he brought the colors? From where he brought the brush? Svecha tulika atmani. Where can he bring? There was he alone, right? He alone exists. So, he is the artist, he is the canvas, he is the color, and he is the brush. Everything is he. Jagat-chitram samalikya svecha tulika atmani. Out of his free will, why did he do what he has done? Oh, svecha tulika. Yes, he has the free will. He is totally free being. What he wants, he will do. So he has drawn this beautiful painting called the world. You can't say it's beautiful or ugly. It's both beautiful and ugly. Right? So if it's only beautiful, you don't have to seek nirvana. Okay. The painting is not all that beautiful. If it's only ugly, everybody will seek nirvana. But there is a beauty in it. That's why you don't get tired that quickly. That's why it's never-ending cinema. Choice is yours. When you want to end cinema, you can end it. When you want to come out of the cinema hall, this world, you can come out of it. If you want to continue with cinema, your choice, says the Lord. So, Jagat-chitram samalikya svecha tulika atmani swayameva samalokya prinati bhagavan shivaha. Right? He has drawn the painting. Then who is the seer? For the viewers watching this painting. We are watching the painting. Who are we? Swayameva samalokya. Again, this is also God, right? So, God actually has drawn the painting and He Himself is watching the painting. But different people see the same painting differently because He has created multiplicity here. If everybody sees the same picture, then it will be boring. Depending upon the nature of the evolution here, how evolved you are, you see the picture. There is a story in Christian theology. There was a lady by name Theodora. This Theodora is a very charitable woman, very kind-hearted woman. She would be moved by the suffering in the world. She would help people as best as she could. And she would be trying all the time for that. So she was doing these charitable activities, the philanthropic activities, helping people as much as that lies in her power. And the more she started doing, the more she came to the conclusion that the world is too big a place and the suffering is too huge and immense. And she is a small being to alleviate the suffering of these many people. But her heart has grown, but her heart has expanded. She wanted to help everybody. So much of suffering is there, but my resources are limited, my capacity is limited. So that made her feel very sad about her limitations. There is so much of suffering. In fact, I want to help everybody, but I don't have the means. I'm too small a being to help all, to alleviate, to reduce the suffering of these many people. It happens to everybody. This experience comes. But you should not stop doing good things to the world. You must help as many people as you can. The world is too big, you will find it in no time. Your capacity to help is very, very limited. Forget about helping others. You are not able to help ourselves, right? Forget about alleviating the suffering of others. If every individual can alleviate his or her own suffering, then you don't need any help from anybody. Our problem is every individual has become a burden to himself or herself now. So she felt uh, helpless. One day, thinking like that, she fell asleep and she had a beautiful dream. In that dream, she saw a very big hall, a very big hall. So many paintings are there. Some paintings are lying there on the floor, some are arranged against the wall, some are kept on easels, stand where the artist uses a tripod kind of thing. So some paintings are there on those easels, and she was watching it. Oh, this was happening in a dream. A big hall, so many paintings. And she suddenly saw a beautiful, a gentle human being walking into the hall. So all these paintings that are kept on easels are covered with white cloth. He removed the white cloth of one easel, one painting, lying on the easel, and then actually gave a few strokes to that, and then he covered it, and he moved to the next painting. Again he removed the cover, and again he gave a few strokes to that and moved to the next painting. She became very curious, Theodora, and then she asked the painter, "Who are you, sir?" And he replied in a very gentle voice, "I am the artist of that ultimate artist, the Lord. I am here at His service." Then what are all these paintings are? They're all beings who are made in the likeness of God. All these are His children. So what are you doing here? Then I'm trying to help them become perfect. So these paintings which are there on the easels are almost near completion. That which are there on the floor, only a few outlines is given there. And that which are ranged against the wall, they're partly complete. So what happens if you complete the picture? Yes, once this painting becomes complete, and this will be transferred and shifted to that mansion of the Lord, and it will be there with Him thereafter. That means it has completed. We are all made in the likeness of God, and we are trying to perfect ourselves. Over a period of time we evolve, and when the day comes when you are completely one with God, you have experienced your likeness with God, oneness with God, then you will be there with God in Vaikuntha. If you are Advaitin, if you are Advaitin, you will just merge in God, you become one with God. So we get to stay, we get to live with God, that realm from which there is no fall, there is no suffering there. So we are all evolving bit by bit. God doesn't want everybody to evolve that fast, probably. That's the reason the world continues. So the ignorance has to go. You want to watch more of the movie, what is there? Director will be happy. Right? Directors will be happy if the movie buffs, if they watch the same movie again and again, right? That's how they rate their success. We're all evolving. Slowly. An animal is there. It's just like a canvas, not touched by the artist yet. It is just there, empty canvas. Tomorrow the artist will come and he will give few strokes to that painting, empty canvas. You will draw the outline, and afterwards you will give strokes. Gradually the picture will be ready, complete. And afterwards the picture will be taken to the mansion of the Lord. That means you will attain nirvana. We're all actually evolving, we're all moving towards the truth. Swamiji beautifully says, humanity is traveling towards truth only. We are traveling from lower truth to higher truth, never from error to truth. Right? What a consolation. We are traveling from lower truth to higher truth. Everything is truth, everything is God. The ugly God and the beautiful God. A corrupt man A morally degenerate man, an unethical man, dishonest man is God, ugly God. A honest man, a kind man, philanthropic man, charitable man, beautiful God, but it's God, one thing. So this ugly God tomorrow will become beautiful God, but it is God. Ishavashyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Superimpose God on everything you see. It's very difficult to see God in a wicked man, but He is God. And when you develop the strength and purity to see God even in so-called wicked man, so-called dishonest man, you have become perfect. So the picture doesn't change, the picture always remains the same. The universe will always remain the same. Transformation has to happen here. Perfection has to happen here. There is a defect in our vision, the defect in the way we look at the world. Most of the people have the understanding and the impression that everybody sees the same world, but that is not true. Vivekananda said, no two individuals see the same world. You see the world according to your propensities, tendencies, your desires, your choices, your preferences, your opinions, your beliefs. All these influence you're watching this movie. When you become totally unconditioned, you don't have strong opinion of your own. Opinion, I mean beliefs, right? No likes and dislikes, no pairs of opposites. Then you'll get the complete picture of the universe. We don't get the complete picture now, we get only the partial picture, that is the root cause of our suffering. If you learn, if you know how to see the world, how to understand the world, you have known it completely, then there is no suffering. Suffering is happening, suffering is coming because we don't see the movie the way we ought to see. We don't see the picture the way we ought to see. Though we have the feeling and understanding that we are getting the complete picture of it, you are not getting the complete picture of the universe. That is the problem. If you get the complete picture of the universe, why there will be suffering? Slowly, you want to see a better picture. You want to see the picture in its entirety. We get a partial view of it, not the complete view of it. As you evolve, as you improve your understanding, you will get the right picture of it. As Sri Ramakrishna, after that experience of the Divine Mother, how did he see the world? Everything is Brahman. No two, it's all one God. So Vivekananda, when he got that experience, right, after experience only, then he moved across the globe and said, this man, you are essentially divine. You are not getting complete picture of the universe. That's the reason suffering is coming. Don't see the world as world, it's only God. Everywhere it is divine. Sarvatokshah sarvato siromukham. Everywhere his eyes, everywhere his hands, everywhere his feet. Where he is not there. You see differentiation and duality because here there are likes and dislikes. Something is attractive, something is ugly. But the one picture of one artist. So how can you divide the one picture of one artist as something ugly and something beautiful, something high, something low? Maybe for Vyavaharika, for conducting our mundane affairs, you may have to have some kind of discrimination, that's all, to protect your mundane interest. That's a relative thing. But you need to transcend that. Once you have no choices and preferences, no desires of your own, at least just for an experiment's sake, everybody should try. So now I see the world with my desires, my ambitions, my goals, my objectives projected on it. Let me empty myself of all these objectives and desires, choices, preferences, opinions, and then let me see what kind of view I will get of the universe. At least have a desire like that and empty the mind and see. You will get complete picture of that. And thereafter, you are a transformed human being. But we don't have that much patience. Of course, it's not that simple and easy also. To root out the cravings, to pluck out the desires, to annihilate these tendencies, born of the prarabdha. Okay, a lot of spiritual sadhana is required. But at least a desire. If you have at least this understanding that I am not getting the complete picture of the world. You can say that you are getting the complete picture of the world when nothing of this universe makes you suffer. The universe has lost the power to inflict suffering on you or cause any kind of pain to you. Then you can be sure that you are getting the complete picture of it. That happens when you see the divine in every activity of this universe. Nothing happens but by His will. So when you see the divine in everything, where is the reaction? It's all. But for us only it's an intellectual conviction now. It must be an experiential reality. For that sadhana is required. So how the suffering comes, you just see. This is coming to us because we don't understand the world we ought to understand. Right? We react to the situation as per our understanding, and we all have the feeling that our understanding is right. That's Maya. At least if you get a doubt, my understanding may not be right. My reading of the situation may not be right. Then you will use another lens. You may use another lens to understand this. You will keep changing the lenses. You will keep dropping your desires and see the world. You drop the selfishness that exists here and see the world. Another world you will see totally. If there is no selfishness here, 100%, no attachment to the body and mind, and then you see the world. You get the complete picture of it, the real picture of it. So the divine artist, the ultimate artist, the Lord, has drawn only one painting, but we all see it differently according to our tendencies, our desires, our hopes, our ambitions, our goals, our aims. They all influence the way we watch the world. And make yourself free from all this and then see, you'll get a complete picture of it. And thereafter, what will you see? What you will experience? The seer and the seen itself is a metta. There is only one homogeneous existence. There is no seer and no seen. Today now the scene is there, the picture is there, and the viewer is there. Right. Both are there. And we are not getting the complete view of the picture. That's the problem. So you evolve and evolve and evolve. And when you make your mind empty of all desires, mind gets dissolved. Then this is consciousness and the picture is consciousness. So this is God and that is God. Jagat chitram samalikya svecha tulika atmani swayameva samalokya. And you understand, God has created the world and God is seeing the world. He is the artist who has drawn the painting and He is the viewer of the painting. This and that becomes one. That is Advaita. You all have to attain to that Advaita consciousness. That will happen when you know and understand this. The mind actually is the ghost that is playing the mischief. We have been cheated enough number of times by this ghost called mind, but still we don't understand that it is cheating us. It takes a long time for human beings to understand that the deception is happening from within. Okay? The deception is happening from within. And then begins the real struggle, spiritual life. Inward struggle. You turn your attention inward. Well, this is the source of all experiences. Let me know, find out who I am. Who am I? Let me have the answer to this question first. You are seriously interested in knowing your own being. When you go to the depths of your own being, then you understand that it is all one consciousness. When you attain self-realization or Atmajnana or Nirvana or Kaivalya, then you laugh at your own previous self. It was I who watched this world and took so much of suffering for no reason. It's just an empty thing. It has never happened. No artist, no painting, no picture. Everything has disappeared. Where all it has disappeared? Why all it has come into existence? Because the mind came into existence, with the mind came the universe, the picture also. So, picture is there. Somebody must be there to watch it. Because somebody is there to watch it, the picture has come into existence. If there is nobody to watch, the picture cannot be there. Right? So you have to dissolve this. This is why in India, which has been a spiritual land for centuries, our people have known it, have understood it. Oh man, your struggles are all in vain. Okay? They're all in vain in one sense, at the same time they have a meaning of. Because through struggle, through various experiences, we learn, we evolve, that's a fact. And ultimately, when you realize the truth, you understand. When you look back, oh, it's all empty struggle. I should have avoided all this struggle. I could have known this truth much earlier. That would be the regret you would have. Okay? I have long delayed it. But thank God, again, when you look back, all that happened in time, maybe thousands and thousands of births of experiences, they all will get condensed into 1 second. This is why last time I told, you can't put the blame for our suffering on God because He has escaped, because He is beyond time. Okay? If the time is real, then you can put the blame on God. But the time is not real. There is a beautiful definition for time also in philosophy. So, nirviseshaha apratishtaha, it doesn't exist. The time began from the moment actually this disequilibrium has set in. Universe is made up of sattva, rajas and tamas. Universe, it was not there before. Kalpanta, there will not be universe. There is no time also. When the universe has come into existence, the time also has come into existence. When the space actually has come into existence, the time also was born with the space. They go together. So the disequilibrium has set in. The one consciousness, suddenly the creation has appeared. Something has been projected. Something has come out of that. Something has become manifest out of that homogeneous consciousness. Original existence. The fundamental existence. Suddenly the picture has come out. Then the time has begun. So when you go to God, when you go to consciousness, when you go to the ultimate experience, there is no time there. It's an eternal. Time is a relative thing. It's mind-born. And space is also a relative thing, mind-born. Our rishis have understood this. So when you dissolve the mind, time is dissolved for you. Space is dissolved for you. When there is no time and space, you are in that infinite existence. That is the absolute existence. That is God. That is our glory. Before last class, I told, quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, Kwayamatma navaschadihi. Where is the present existence? Where is that eternal existence, infinite existence? Where is nirvana and where is this existence which is born of, experiencing the objects of the world? No comparison. Navaschadihi. The spirit actually with its splendor, its power, can cover the whole universe, can cover the whole sky. The power, the knowledge, the intelligence cannot be compared. So that is the glory. That's why every sage feels that. So after experiencing the truth, they will try to awaken the people who are in bondage, the jiva who are in bondage. Oh, you don't know your own glory, oh man. Oh. Jesus says in Bible. So all the mundane things that we struggle to acquire, whether it is wealth or power or material things, nothing that, mere trifles. What you can give in exchange for soul, he says, your own glory. But you are not experiencing your own glory. The mind is acting as a hindrance. It is blocking the experience. So you only have to do this much. Dissolve the mind. How you do it, you leave it to you. Preparation is required, that's the problem. Okay? All of a sudden, mind is strongly established there now. Because we have pampered the ghost for so many births. Now it has become a fat ghost. It has become very powerful. It doesn't come under our control that quickly. So Telugu we have a proverb, Inti dongan pattukovam kashtam. Because the thief is not outside, it is here. If somebody is coming and entering and breaking into your house from outside, it's easy. You can have a CC camera and detect that man. But where you will put the camera? Because it's already within family member only, one family member only. So we think this body and mind are our family members, right? All the body parts are our family members. The mind is our family member. My mind, how my mind can cheat me? I was so intensely identified with the ghost, and you think it is acting in favor of you. It's not acting in favor of you. It doesn't act in favor of you. It keeps cheating you. That's why it is designed for that. It's designed to cheat you, to make you a fool. It keeps making you a fool again and again. But still you don't learn that fast. And then there comes a stage in life, man has understood that the culprit is here within me. Oh, then you are not interested in outside things, except for this little clothing and little bare subsistence. Then the tug of war begins. The real war begins. War with the mind, battle with the mind. So you will try to weaken it now because it's not coming under your control. In ignorance, you have pampered it, and now it has become so strong. It will try to frighten you. That's why when you novices join, many actually will express the desire, no, I want to go into solitude and meditate. No, not easy to meditate in solitude. You don't know how many facets your mind has, how many ways it can project and how many ways it can frighten you. Many people have gone mad because they could not deal with their own mind. You have not had enough preparation. Most of the people are not interested to serve others also because, no, I want to sit in meditation. You cannot meditate. Meditate for half an hour and you see, let me see what quality meditation you will do, I will see. The quality of meditation, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, sir, average person, worldly man, you bring and make him sit and ask him to meditate. Oh, I have had very good meditation. I know the quality of your meditation. And don't cheat yourself. It's like monkey meditation, as Sri Ramakrishna would say. Sometimes monkey will be pondering deep, very steady. You will be surprised. How come that this monkey, which is so unsteady, suddenly becomes so focused and concentrated, thinking, pondering something deep? No, it's just thinking which house I have to enter into. So where I will get my banana or apple. So don't think actually it's thinking about God. It will not. So this mind is also, it will not yield, it will not come under our control that easily. That's why renunciation is glorified. Then you will discover after some time that it's a desire on which it feeds itself. So I'll make myself desireless. So the mind becomes weaker and weaker by the day. I have no desire of any kind. No desire for money, no desire for name and fame, no desire for power, no desire to go to Swarga also, no desire to live also. I don't mistake it for suicide. Okay. So this emptying of the mind requires great strength. No desire to live also. You have the desire to live means you want to enjoy something. You want to have this body. I don't want even body. When you don't have any desire, why you want to have body? I will drop it. Is this also why I should have mind? I will drop it. Let me see what happens. Let me keep it aside. Then nirvana. Then nirvana. I don't think the people who are committing suicide, they have desires, but the means to satisfy these desires have become blocked as it were for this birth. That's why they take this hasty decision of ending the life. Life has not really ended, then you will be reborn. Okay, suicide is like vacating the house without, finding new house first. You will be on the road for some days. Your soul will hang there in the air for some days before it gets a new body. God will not close all the exits. He has kept one exit open. He is not that cruel. He is not as cruel as we think him. Comparing with others, comparing with the society, God has done injustice to me only. He specially targeted me. That's what we come to the conclusion. That is the problem. This is your problem, our problem. It's not his problem. Probably, actually, most of the times, when you feel that he has specially targeted you, he's conferring a special blessing on you. But you think actually he has targeted you to inflict pain on you. So he is asking you, my child, there is nothing in this world. It's empty. There is no true joy here. You come to me, he is asking. And you misread. That is the only problem. You misread his message. And we take to this extreme step. Right? So, ultimately, in a country where renunciation is glorified and respected, what's the problem? The suffering is coming because of desires. You're asking you to give up the desire, then you will attain moksha. The highest thing is promised to you. What is the problem? In this culture, the begging bowl of a sannyasi is valued more than the scepter of a king. That ornamental rod. Not in India, but in the West mostly, the kings, they would wear an ornamental rod. So when I coronate my son as my successor, I will pass on this baton, this scepter, a symbol of sovereignty. On special days, Utsav days, the king would go on an elephant, and that scepter also shown, the sign of power. I am the sovereign ruler of this country. So more than that, the begging bowl is valued more than that. The last class I told actually Vaishali, but it's not Vaishali, Rajagruha. Bimbisara was the king of Magadha. His capital was Rajagruha. He built Rajagruha. And Buddha was begging in the streets of Rajagruha. The begging bowl. Bimbisara promised him actually, why? You're a prince. Why are you begging like this? I'll give you half of my kingdom. You rule that. Buddha refused. Yeah, I have my own kingdom. If I wanted my father, he would have coronated me. I am searching for truth. I have seen actually my father, how much of joy he has experienced. He must have seen his father from childhood. This Buddha's life actually is a profound message for all of us. Because it's historical. And the thing is, a father could bring up his son in such a way that he never got an opportunity to see the negative side of life. 23, 24 years he brought up his son like that. A 23-year-old young man, I don't know exact age of Buddha, when he stepped out along with his charioteer Channa, he was innocently asking. If a child asks innocently, it's okay. And people were carrying a dead body and they were weeping. And why are they weeping? And some of their relatives passed away. And this way they are sad. Passed away? What does it mean? You ask innocently. A small child asking that innocently is okay, but a young man was asking, what is death? It will happen to me? Not even small boys ask this question even nowadays. They know what is death. A young man was asking will it happen to me? Why not? Anybody who is born here actually one day has to die. So he started looking at it in a completely different way. There is only suffering in this world. Then why people take interest, so much of interest to live and so much of struggle? The waste, mere waste. But then he has understood where I have to use my energies, what I should really struggle for. So let me have the truth. So if old age is there, sickness is there, death is there, the limitations of life, why should I suffer them helplessly? I don't want to become a slave. I am not a slave of somebody. Somebody is making me suffer helplessly. Now let me come out of this helplessness. That was his ambition. I gave up the throne. It's a trifle. Many kings had given up the throne and took to this begging bowl. I am empty. I have no desire of any kind. The begging bowl is a symbol of, let me make myself empty and let me see the world, how it appears then. They emptied themselves. They rooted out, they plucked out all the craving, absolutely no craving. Then you said, mind disappeared, dissolved, then it's nirvana. Only one existence, only the absolute, only bliss, only ananda. You're infinite. Oh, this is my glory. Phenomenal. I and my Father are one. The Lord actually has not put me in bondage. I have no bother to realize my own glory, to know my own self. It's my mistake. You don't put the blame on the Lord then. My mistake. I got tempted by this movie. I could have put an end to the movie. I could have walked out of the cinema hall. But I continued on my own. So then you take the blame on yourself. That's the glory of every one of us. So there is no comparison Tomorrow, even if you are made the king of the earth, somebody makes you king of the earth. Reject it. It's a trifle. It's a petty desire, petty thing. What you have within this, there is nothing in this universe which can be compared with that. The glory of the self cannot be spoken in words. Nobody has succeeded so far, and nobody will succeed in future also. There no comparison is possible. It is unique, and it is the absolute. Sat Chit Ananda, absolute existence. Sat, absolute intelligence. Chit, and absolute bliss. Ananda, where there is no shadow of misery, no shadow of unhappiness. So instead of asking the question, why does the absolute felt like creating the universe? Okay, that question has no answer. Because the people who have attained nirvana say, "This has not created anything. It's all illusion you are seeing. It's all drama you are watching. It's all cinema you are seeing. It's not real." First, the mind appeared, a fictitious projection, and this fictitious thing has projected another fictitious thing, that is this universe. How can something that has come out of the fictitious thing can be real? How can the something which is projected by the mind can be real? The mind itself is unreal, based on ego sense. And drop the ego, drop the desire, and just see what lies beyond the mind. You'll get a glimpse of, you will experience that. Yes, so it is so close, but why it takes so much of time for all of us? Yeah, we want to watch the movie. You're not fed up with the movie. Sri Ramakrishna gives that beautiful analogy, that granny, that play, the game where the children are blindfolded and they will have to catch the grandmother. So grandmother, it's not easy because you are blindfolded, you can't see the grandmother, but you have to touch her. Then the play is over. So at the outset, in the very beginning of the game, if you touch the granny, there's no fun in the game, right? So you'll be made to move about, made to run hither and thither, run hither and thither. The child will run in the hope of, touching the granny, old grandmother. After a long struggle, after exhaustion, the child touches the old granny. And now the play is over. The child will be full of glee. Oh, I touched the grandmother. I could touch the grandmother. So I have won the game. Suppose at the very outset he touched the granny, the excitement is lost. The fun is lost. The fun of the play is lost. So, probably for that reason, Sri Ramakrishna beautifully says that God actually doesn't let the people turn inward that fast. But you can always choose. You go and give the preaching, not everybody will come forward to meditate, right? You just spread the teaching, it's always there. Teaching has always been there. Oh, I don't want. Well, you are not fed up with your experiences. You want to watch the movie? You have still the hope that there will be more better scenes are there. Watch it as long as you want it. But the universe is a never-ending cinema. It will not end. You have to end it. It is always there. How long you want to watch it, you watch it. If you want to walk out of the cinema hall and put an end to the watching, it's up to you. The choice is ours. Nothing to do with God. Yeah, so reflect on the nature of existence. Reflect on the nature of our experiences. All the sages have said in one voice that this is hollow. The world is like hog plum. There's no pulp in it. There's no real joy in it. There's a semblance of joy. There's only a drop of joy. We are getting tempted by that. No more temptation, say, and turn inward. So all the best. Well, let's stop here for today. Please.
How can I start my journey towards the becoming the first step
Do you believe that there is no real joy in the world?
It depends on how I look at it.
No, you are asked to cultivate renunciation, right? So then it becomes easy to experience the truth. To cultivate renunciation, the first step is there is no real joy in the world. That understanding has to come from within. So that has So I can't pass on my understanding to you. You have to feel that from within, yes. That happens when you have this viveka, discrimination. When you have this faculty of discrimination awakened in you, you just see and watch the way Buddha watched. He saw, okay, everything, his life was comfortable. For Rama also life was very comfortable. Dasharatha brought him up very well. Okay, no suffering absolutely. Fatherly love, motherly love, brotherly love, every love. The best of the love he got it. But still, his heart was so sensitive. When Rama wandered about the country, then he saw the people suffering and then understood life is suffering. Intrinsically they are suffering. Because there is disease, there is this old age, and there is a death, which puts an end to all our cravings, hopes. Not even 10% of our hopes and cravings are satisfied, but now actually death is staring at us. Oh, this is a limitation. I want to come out of that. But then you just see the drama is happening in the mind, right? To conquer desire. So there's no point in cultivating desires. And then let me weed out all the desires and just see. You get. You'll be a Buddha. You'll be tomorrow's Buddha. Yeah, we should meditate for 2 minutes before we disperse. Ooh.